Yeah, we are going into a TvZ now in the quarterfinals. Silky versus Cure, and we do know that this is going to be game number 2. Somebody has the advantage, but I want to say it's Silky, but and knowing players, they generally don't. They generally leave us a bit in the dark there.
Yeah.
Hey, I guess we'll find out after this game.
Yeah, we'll find out if there's another game or not, depending on who wins. I think Cure's up 1-0. I'm not too sure. I know Inu asked Cure and Cure responded, but that was all in Hangul, so we can't. We don't know.
And we can ask Inu.
We could.
But wouldn't you rather figure out the mystery like Max Angel?
It's more fun like this.
Exactly. And to get more fun, we are now on Pillars of Gold. LE holding up the Golden Wall. LE protecting the Eternal Empire. EELE, of which the LE submarines are protected. In the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way to the top right-hand corner map, the green player coming out from the land of China. He is the one true Silky after he took out NA Silky that other week. I'm going to be representing... I actually don't remember Silky's team. Let me just rack my brain real quick. A team that I will find out.
Teamless. He's teamless.
He is teamless. Yeah, so he's representing a team that I'm not aware of. That being no team. We have Silky. Not to be confused with Sulky.
I feel like we have a player called Unknown. We have a player called Nameless. Are we going to get a team called No Team?
Please?
And spawning in at the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Cure.
Man, I mean, I'm not sure if this is Dota or League of Legends, but I remember that there was a team that was called something like the Hidden Phantoms or something like that.
What?
Yeah, and it was like, oh shit, they're anonymous. We're gonna see one of those for StarCraft 2.
Yeah, I mean, there was there's a sad moment in...
It was something Phantoms.
There was a sad moment in Pro League where StarTale, they periodically they were known as Team No Sponsors, and they changed their jerseys to say like, please sponsor us or something. Like, they were these black shirts with like in big white text like, we need sponsors. It was like, oh, fellas. It was funny, but it was also sad.
Yeah. Then Spenu picked them up, which should have been good, but then yeah, we all know how that went.
Yeah, Spenu, well, I mean, StarTale basically disbanded, and then Spenu picked up the roster, essentially. Yeah. It's kind of like Mind Freak with SYF, which just happened. But yeah, unfortunately, you know, things transpired there. It wasn't really the best. And yeah, we'll see how this series goes, you know. I just noticed, and Cure, he sees it with the Reaper. We have an incredibly fast lair.
Indeed, we do. That's only 2 gases at the moment. So we're gonna see if Silky decides to go for any more gases, because right now, Light, it's looking like he is going for the Nidus. There we go. But the question is, he's got two gases though. So is he gonna be using that for something?
That's the question, right? Like, what's he going to throw down? I mean, the Reaper's still alive, and it goes in again, and he's gonna scout the Nidus. Oh my god! Like, Cure, he's basically playing with map hacks right now. Like, he's seen everything that there is to see this entire game. He sees the gas count, he sees the Nidus, he sees the lair. If this was me and Micah, he would like cancel the Nidus and just macro up. But Silky, like, he's invested into this, and oh my god, he's going for Swarm Host?
For a Swarm Host Nidus in TvZ? Or in CVT? That's not something I've seen in a good while.
I mean,
and look at this.
If you saw Cham versus Special, Cham did it every game.
I did. That happened way too early for me.
Yeah, the thing is, again, this is very early, and he gets it again. He scouts it.
He does, right? Just scout the infestation pit, almost getting a drone as well there. And I guess that's also important to Keep in mind the kind of build
God.
that Silky went for, because he was being really greedy with his gas and really investing in his drones before getting the infestation pit. He didn't have any reliable ways to deny the scouting like that. I do like this little trick though, trying to keep those drones alive by throwing them into the Nidus network.
Yeah, I just honestly, if Cure loses this, exclamation mark for not a cure, man. Because for not a cure, because he sees everything. Like, he has to be so confident and so greedy to lose this game. Like, he should have everything he needs to defend. Like, he has a tank. To be fair, he's getting a lot of production. He doesn't have too many Marines, but like, this shouldn't do much, right? It's 3 queens.
Oh yeah, it's 3 queens. The swarm host not even finishing up there. And I mean, Silky, he's supply blocked. That's not going to be any other units coming out aside from those overseers.
Oh
Only 4 locusts coming out. And locusts, they scale incredibly well, but in low numbers like this, they're just about useless.
Yeah, they killed 2 SCVs, maybe a third. Nope. Just 2 SCVs, they delay the engineering bay, and that is all they currently accomplish. Again, I feel like if Cure really wanted to, he could just like leave his base with his army and just hunt down these queens and shut the Nidus down. But you know, he doesn't know how many Niduses there are. He doesn't really know what's outside his base, so he's trying to be like as safe as he can be. And
oh yeah,
yeah,
he knows how quickly situations like this can snowball or escalate. So he is just playing it really safe. He's just keeping his production intact, you know, making sure he has defenses in position so his workers can keep on mining. Eventually, he's going to float the 3rd base over around, but yeah, he just wants to make sure that his sim finishes up so he can actually be active on the map.
Yeah, that's the kind of all he's waiting for. And I mean, to be fair, he does pick up a couple of Marines, so he doesn't lose too many to the first wave. And here we go, he's pushing on forward. The Locust wave, it's not on cooldown.
The Queens! They're right on top of these, the Queens jump right on top of these medevacs. Really nice targeting from Silky, but not going to be enough. And they're just chased right on back. A couple more locusts are going to be coming out here, and Cure cannot afford to overstay his welcome. Actually losing a lot of Marines there.
Yeah, he lost a lot of Marines for a single queen, so that was actually a really good trade for Silky. Cure, again, he's still ramping up. Actually, I was gonna say he's getting more tanks. He still has a single tank. He has a sensor tower as well. Just keep an eye on where the Locust Wave is camping on. But like,
I love this queen. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Silky, he's not doing too bad here. Like, he's trading. That's what he needs to be doing.
He absolutely is. These locusts are starting to scale, but yeah, Cure, he's just completely on top of these, stimming his Marines, shooting them out of sky before they can do their damage. And now they're kind of to supply. There's a lone infestor. This is a reversal light. How many times do you see Zerg make a bunch of infestors and a token swarm host?
Yep.
We finally saw the reversal.
Yeah. Here we have it, of course.
Can be part of this history.
When we have mass swarm hosts, we have the fumble, the accidental infestor. We'll see if the fumble actually comes into play. He fungles!
It does. All of these Marines. That was a beautiful fungal ball, actually. A lot of those Marines having slower attack speed, but now they're unencumbered.
God.
They took out the Nidus, they took out the Queens, they're taking out the other Nidus. GG is called, and we're gonna see if Cure advances, or if we're gonna get an ace match.
We will see. I mean, I guess we're gonna wait for Inu to wait. Do you want to play the? Do you want to wait for the result before you play?
I want to wait for the result. Yeah.
Okay. Oh god. GG, like Cure played that so beautifully. That was, you know, if you're a Cure fan, like he just, yeah, that was clean. It's clean.
Yeah, it was Curran when you need him to fanboy. But yeah, I mean, if Cure can go on to face Solar, I mean, we've already seen Solar have such a good defense against Bunny, but I feel like Cure, he's not as all-out aggressive as Bunny is there.
Oh my god, it was a good thing you didn't do it, because it looks like we're going to be getting into game 3.
Oh, the ace match coming along. I love it.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
Then. Yeah, it looks like it's a good thing I didn't do. No, wait, you already said that.
Okay.
But yeah, we are going to go into the ace match of Silky versus Cure. Silky actually taking game number 1 of the series. I am so curious as to what happened there.
Right? Like, I don't know if maybe he did something else kind of cheeky off of 2 bases, and that's why Cure was so adamant about the scouting. That's why he was so on point, because maybe he slipped up a little bit in game number 1. We'll see, as we're going to be getting into Everdream for game number 3.
A real good Locust map as well. Well, maybe not the best nowadays, because most players have figured it out, but you can still get stuff done. And speaking of getting stuff done, we are now going to be loading onto Everdream, L.E. Ideli Edle. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner map. The Greens player, he was up 1-0 in this best-of-3 series, but now tied up 1-1. Can he bring it on back and take it, make it to the semifinals for that payout at least? Gonna be currently teamless. We have the one true Silky.
And spawning in at the top right-hand corner of Everdream LE, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Blue Terran, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. It is Cure.
Oh, lordy. And honestly, it's hard for me to evaluate Cure right now. Like, you know, beginning of the year, a lot of hype going around Cure.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying, like, oh, ever since he left Jin Air, he is, like, looking to be a contender for the #1 Terran player. A little bit of a disappointing IEM run, but then he more than made up for it with a finals in GSL. Now that we're sort of towards the, what are we on, the 3rd quarter of 2020, I'm not sure where I place Cure, honestly. He's up there when it comes to the Terran players, but I guess I no longer put him as a favorite. I honestly think that Dream has kind of taken his place in my mind.
I would agree in that there's a lot more excitement and hype around Dream compared to Cure.
That's fair.
Yeah, like, again, you're right in saying that, you know, leading up to the first season of GSL, because it was just really online tournaments, Cure, he was like winning everything. Like, he was on fire in the online events. And like, it did come to fruition in GSL. Like, he, you know, he made an incredibly deep run, right? He got bopped in the finals, but he made it.
He was up against DY.
Yeah, and he made it to the finals, and that's what matters, right? After that, though, he kind of fell off. I don't know if maybe like that was like a strain or like an exhausting run, and maybe he like kind of like took a little bit of a break, or maybe everyone else just caught up. You know, there's been a couple of patches since then. There's a different map pool now, so yeah, I would have to agree where Cure, he still hasn't broken into that like top tier Terran. He's still like edging on that like mid tier at the moment. You know, he's like not quite an Innovation or a TY or a Mario, but like on a good day he could be.
Yeah, I mean, on a good day he took out Innovation, so
yeah, that's a TvZ though. I mean,
yeah, I mean, that doesn't count.
yeah
Anyone can win a TvT, am I right?
Right, I mean,
TY can do it.
exactly.
Sorry.
Oh my god, this is an interesting third base location. Wait.
Oh, did Cure see that?
He did.
Cure saw it. Okay. I mean, he is a Game Genie Well, actually, that's MVP. What's the one that's not Game Genie? Like, he's a map hack Terran. No, that's actually a bit accusatory.
That's probably not the best thing. Yeah.
Yeah, if people didn't know the context, they'd be like, oh my god, really?
So, this is really odd. This is really strange. So Silky, obviously, he went for that third base, and I mean, it did get scouted. He's getting a really fast roach horn behind this, so but still no lair. So he could just be doing this defensively. Maybe he's looking to try and push out.
I think he's just gonna use it for production. As the Lings, that's a pretty sizable amount of Lings there. And the wall is not quite up yet. There are a couple of Hellions, so Cure, he can micro this out. And honestly, 2 Hellions, they will absolutely shred that amount of Marines by starting to move out light. And there's the wall.
There
so he's starting to move in. He knows that the Hellions are out.
Yeah, and the supply diva doesn't go up. Oh my god.
No, it does not. A little bit too late there. 2 more Hellions do pop out, but in very unfavorable positions there. Rip that unit pathing, but with this Banshee out and with the reinforcements coming home.
Oh my god.
Cure is held once again.
I'm shocked. For a moment there, I'm like, do we not have game
TvZ
height?
lose there? Literally none.
Zero. I just checked. He has lost a single Hellion this game.
Huh. Also, we don't have game heart, but
yeah, that's why I was very confused by what I was seeing. 0 SCVs went down. That was insane. Like, so many Lings got into the natural when they got into the main, but that was such good defense by Kira. Now we have we have the roaches coming out, but like there's a Banshee. If the Banshee comes home, like he should be fine.
Yeah, I think it was absolutely top-notch decision-making from Cure. Send those reinforcements home. And I mean, these Ravagers, normally they'd be a threat if there were tanks out, but we do see how Cure wants to defend against this. It will be with these Banshees and with these Hellions. He's actually not even going to bother with the supply depot because he knows that he wants to have the Zerg units in a choke point such as this. And these Lings are getting shredded. The Roaches are still kind of threatening, but now, without the Ravagers, no more anti-air. These Banshees absolutely reign supreme.
Exactly.
These Lings, they're trying to bust on through, but this is still a choke point that Cure is taking absolute maximum advantage of.
Exactly. That's why we don't see this too often, and that's why it was so good for Q to
GG.
Just go for it, mate.
And we were excited for the one true Silky after taking that game number 1, but Cure proving that he is still absolutely an opponent to contend with. Going to be making it to the semifinals rather, to face Solar in another TvZ. Jesus Christo.
Like, so I almost want to say Cure's just basically hard countered. Like,
it didn't though.
So the thing is,
it had the potential to counter it, but
it did.
Cure, he had to actually, decide to turn back with his Hellions, actually have the stuff coming out, when to pull those SCVs.
Exactly. Like, it's one of those things where like when you go for that 1-1-1 opening, like Banshees are the ideal unit you want against like a big Roach Ravager push. So that's why like we saw it completely shut it down, like it's
to be fair,
it's just one of those.
I guess if he did decide to go for Liberators, then that would be the end of it. In fact, I should actually just go into Banshees now, honestly, in my games, just because I'm seeing a lot more Roach Rushes. Like, I feel like it would be worth it for me to switch up my build.
Exactly, and like looking at the opener as well, like Cure was even being kind of greedy, right? Like he had the third base on the way as well. Like he was investing in his economy, and as we saw, like Hellions and Banshees, it just completely shut everything down in that choke point. All the Lings got evaporated. The Banshees, of course, they focus fired all of the Ravagers and then worked their way onto the Roaches. Like it's a solid hold.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess that I would consider that game to be one where, to use an analogy, all the ingredients were there, but Cure needed to know how to use them to cook a dish. He had his Hellions, he had his Banshees, but if he slipped up, those Lings could have gotten us around, those Ravagers could have gotten some biles in, and yeah, he just completely prevented that.